New construction in Kapolei.
3-bedroom, 2-bath townhome in Kapolei right here on Oahu, and it's sold out completely at around $755,000. Now here's the twist. There's another 3-bedroom, 2-bath in the very same Kaulu community that you can still find for roughly $70,000 less. Same bedroom count, same bathroom count, same builder, same neighborhood. So why did the more expensive ones sell out first? What actually separates the two? Which one is the smarter buy for you? And how do you get the next one when it becomes available? That's the whole video. And I'm not just going to walk you through the rooms. I'm going to give you the real numbers on this Kaulu community here in Kapolei, show you how these two floor plans compare. So let's start with where we are. Kaulu by Gentry is a new construction community on the Kapolei side of Oahu. And this home is the Makani floor plan, one of the townhome models here. Gentry is building around 390 homes in this community, and a big chunk of them, 88 to be exact, are set aside under something called reserved housing. That's a state program run through the Hawaii Community Development Authority that prices a portion of the homes so they're reachable for local buyers earning up to 140% of Oahu's median income. You don't just walk in and buy one. You apply, you qualify, and your name goes into a lottery. And the model in this video, the Makani, is one of the ones that has already sold completely out. Every last one of them is gone. So part of my job today is showing you what it looked like, and the other part is telling you exactly how to get the next one, because sold out today does not mean gone for good. This is a big community that releases homes in phases, resales come up, and there's a backup list you can be on. So if you want in, the move is simple. Get on my radar now, and I'll tell you the moment the next one that fits you opens up. You're not out of luck, you just have to be early. Now let's talk about the home itself, because for a townhome, the Makani lives really well. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, right around 1,194 square feet, and it's laid out over 2 levels. The ground floor is your entry and a 1-car garage, and all of your actual living space sits up on the second floor. And that garage is more useful than most. It has high ceilings so you can hang kayaks or surfboards overhead. There's extra storage space and shelving built in, a utility sink, and the washer and dryer down there too, which keeps the laundry out of your living area. And off the living area, there's a big covered outdoor space, which on Oahu is basically a second living room you get to use all year. It is not a huge home, but it is smart and every corner of it is doing a job. It's also worth knowing what you're buying into beyond the 4 walls. This is a planned community, so there's a monthly association behind it, and the neighborhood includes shared amenities like a barbecue area, a playground, and walking and jogging paths. The kind of things that make a place feel like a neighborhood and not just a row of units. The finishes are what you'd expect from newer Gentry construction: 9-foot ceilings, luxury vinyl plank flooring, solid surface countertops, soft close cabinets, and stainless steel appliances. And here's a detail I liked: the finishes in this bigger, pricier model are the same quality as the finishes in the most affordable model in the community. The difference between the models is mostly space, not quality, and that matters when we get to the money. Up on the main level, the kitchen and living room open into each other in one bright connected space, with a big center island that gives you real counter space and a spot for people to gather. Location-wise, you're a quick jump to the freeway and only a few minutes from the beach, shopping, and restaurants, which is a big part of why demand out here has stayed strong even as the broader condo market softened. Now here's something that doesn't show up in photos but shows up on your bill every single month. This is built as an energy-efficient home, and on Oahu, where electricity is some of the most expensive in the country, that is not a small thing. You've got a solar water heater, a high-efficiency central air conditioning system, spray foam insulation in the ceiling and the exterior walls, impact-resistant windows, and it's even set up ready for an electric vehicle charger. Add it up and you're looking at a home designed to keep your monthly costs down while everything is under warranty and nothing has ever been lived in. For a lot of buyers, especially anyone moving here from the mainland, that predictability is worth just as much as the finishes. The primary bedroom is genuinely spacious, easily fits a king, and the primary bathroom gives you 2 sinks and a separate walk-in closet, which at this size is a nice touch. The second bathroom has a soaking tub,
So you've got a shower in one and a tub in the other, covering both preferences. There's also a large linen closet in the hallway that's roomy enough to double as a pantry if you'd rather use it that way. The two secondary bedrooms are flexible. One's a bit smaller, and either one works as a nursery, a guest room, or a home office, depending on what your life looks like. And this is the right moment for the first thing you need to know. Like I said, the Makani model is sold out completely. But that does not mean the door is closed. There's a backup list, situations change, resales come up, and there are other floor plans in this same community still moving. On top of that, there's a buyer's assistance program tied to these homes worth up to $28,000 plus a credit of around 3% of the price if you use one of the preferred lenders, which on a home like this runs over $20,000 toward your closing costs. That is real money, and it's exactly the kind of thing people leave on the table because they never asked. So if a new Kaulu home in Kapolei is even on your radar, message me or give me a call and I'll help you figure out whether you'd qualify and what's actually available right now. That conversation is free and it beats assuming you missed your shot. Okay, now the comparison I promised, because this is where it gets interesting. The Makani, the model in this video, is the larger 3-bedroom at about 1,194 square feet. And it sold in the mid-700s, right around $745,000 to $757,000. The other 3-bedroom, 2-bath in the same community, is a floor plan called the Lokahi, and it's a little smaller at about 1,080 square feet. When these first released, the Lokahi started around $685,000. So on paper, both are 3-bed, 2-bath, but there's roughly a $70,000 gap between them. Your first instinct is to ask why. And when you actually run the math, it's reassuring. The Makani works out to about $630 a square foot. The Lokahi at its original pricing worked out to about $634 a square foot. That is basically the same number. You're not paying a premium for the bigger home, you're just buying more space at the same rate. The extra $70,000 is buying you about 114 more square feet. And that's really it. Now, I don't want to lean too hard on price per square foot because in Hawaii, the land underneath is what really drives value. And that number can be misleading on its own. But when it's the same builder, the same community, the same bed and bath count, it's a clean way to see that the gap is about size, not quality. Here's the part that actually affects your decision though. The Makani is completely sold out, everyone closed. The smaller Lokahi still shows up on the market, and interestingly, it's been climbing. The ones that first sold around $685,000 are now listing closer to $704,000 to $719,000. So the more affordable 3-bedroom has quietly appreciated, and it's the one you can realistically still get into today. If you want the most space, you're hoping a Makani comes back around as a resale. If you want a new 3-bedroom here that's actually available, the Lokahi is your play, and it's already proven it holds value. And that's really the theme of this whole channel. 2 homes that look almost identical on a listing can be $70,000 apart. And unless someone actually breaks down why, you'd never know if that gap is space, quality, or just marketing. In this case, it's space, and the price per foot proves it. That's the kind of thing that saves you from overpaying or from walking away from the better deal. So how does all of this sit against the wider market? This is the part a lot of buyers skip, and it's the part that tells you whether you're making a smart move. If you pull the condo and townhome data for the Kaulu neighborhood, the median sale price over the last year is about $747,000, and it's up about 9% year over year. Compare that to Kapolei condos and townhomes as a whole, where the median is about $528,000 and it's actually down about 11% year over year. And across the entire Oahu market, condos and townhomes sit around $550,000, up about 7%. So sit with that. The broader condo market softened over the past year, but this new Kaulu community held up and even climbed. There are a couple more numbers that back that up. Months of supply in Kaulu is about 3 versus closer to 6 across Oahu, so there's roughly half the cushion of inventory, and that tips things toward the seller. And homes here are closing right at 100% of list price. So buyers aren't negotiating discounts, they're paying full ask. One honest caveat, this is a thinly traded community. So a single sale can move the median, but the direction is clear. New construction that people want is holding while older inventory around it slips.
There's also a monthly maintenance fee on a townhome like this, in the ballpark of $450. Don't guess at what it includes. Association documents during escrow spell out exactly what the fee covers, what sits in the reserves, and the rules you'd be agreeing to. That's the moment to actually read them, not after you close.
On the new homes Gentry still has selling out here, they've offered buyer incentives, including a credit of around 3% of the price toward your closing costs, and a rate buy down when you use one of their preferred lenders, which on a home in this range is north of $20,000. That is real money, and most people never ask about it. A lot of the buyers I work with are shopping the West Side for one simple reason. It's where most of the newer, more attainable homes on Oahu are actually being built right now. If you want something newer without a town price tag, a community like Kaulu is on your list. The practical move is to get your financing lined up early and get on a list, because in a market this tight, the buyers who are ready are the ones who catch the next release or the next resale before everybody else does. That's really the whole game out here. The people who win aren't the ones paying the most. They're the ones who were ready to move the moment the right home came up. So here's the move. Whether you're hunting a resale in here, trying to be first on the next release, or buying from a distance and you need eyes on the ground, reach out. Send me a message or give me a call, and we'll go through the numbers and your options together. No pressure, just a straight answer. If this helped, do me a favor and subscribe, because next we're leaving these townhomes and getting into the single-family homes out here. I'm Oksana with Island Living Oahu. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.